It was a quiet day for crude on Monday, of course, as markets were closed in the UK and the United States. Here to talk to us about what we're going to be looking forward to this week is Jeff Grossman. Jeff, thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure.
So what are you looking at ahead for this week? Are traders thinking there's going to be a big run-up or a change between the spread?
Well, again, let's put it this way. A lot of what we're doing of late has been tied into the stock market. So there's one eye on the stock market without question, seeing how that's going to, pan out again. We've had pretty much a lockstep kind of trading for about the last 4 sessions. So even though there's probably going to be a disconnect in the next few days or so, you do have to keep an eye on that just from the get-go at least.
Yeah, so what's the feeling? I mean, every time we keep saying, oh, we're going to come off on highs in the S&P, we continue to make new highs, we continue to run up on that. Do you see a pullback finally coming up?
I see it coming, but I tell you, I'll be very honest. I lost some money selling the S&Ps last week. Again, I don't know. It just seems very surprising to me that it doesn't have the correction I'm expecting. I think it has to pretty much go down to, let's say, the high 1500s, maybe 1585 or so, to really, wash out some of what they call the weak longs, let's say, and then possibly build up a base, and then it could really take off and maybe go to those numbers, 1750 that people are talking about, very possibly. But again, it hasn't happened yet. It'll probably happen on an overnight when most people are left unaware or out of position.
And what are you looking at with WTI crude?
Well, again, that's a very tricky market of late. I personally think we have to work our way lower. I'd say I would say right now we're trading about $3 higher than I expected. We're trading around 95 this morning. I thought around 92 was about the let's say objective near term here. But again, that is in sympathy with the stock market. And again, I think it may be a cascading effect. When they finally start to show a little weakness, they'll go in unison.
And finally, we have a GDP read coming out a little bit later this week. Are you expecting it to really have an effect on the prices?
Sure. Oh, absolutely. Every little bit of news comes in, is part of the equation when you look at it. Again, how that's going to affect the stock market, how that's going to affect, interest rates, the overall look of, the complexion of our markets. They all work in unison. I'm not that roaring bull, that everybody would like to hear. I'm sorry to say. I think we're going to stabilize here, maybe work a little sideways for these next few days.
All right, Jeff Grossman, and thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, you heard it from Jeff. He's keeping an eye on WTI, sees it up near 95, a little bit high. S&P, he's expecting to come off, but not sure when. We've all been expecting it for weeks. I'm Joe Deaux, TheStreet.